Uh, hey, kitty boo. Kitty bug. Kitty bug bug. Kitty bug bug. Kitty bug bug boo. Kitty bug bug. Kitty bug bug bug. Kitty bug bug boo. Kitty bug bug. Kitty bug bug. Kitty bug bug boo. Uh, yeah. That's what my pulse is roughly right now. One, two, I think. Mm, 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 Hang on, I'm just curious. Mm, yeah, I gotta do the thing. Resting pulse of 60. That's not bad. I'd like to get it down to 50, 55. You don't want it much lower than that. Like I said, that's not bad considering I'm not exercising right now. I mean, um, I don't know what my blood pressure is. I know I had to do this stuff, so, I can pull off miracles, if I need to, but I do it intelligently, you know what I mean? It's like I don't starve myself or anything because then your body's like, what the fuck is happening? So you got to do things the right way. You got to, open things, so to speak, like, okay, this is what we're going to do. And intermittent fasting and how to do stuff. And, like I said, you got to do this. Show up on doctor day. Everything's, not only all the blood work and all that shit, but like twice. You sure you got the right guy? And all that. Not to sound like I'm this grotesque, hideous, out of shape, piece of shit, but it's just like, do you have any idea? I've been, I mean, not so much anymore, but it's like I drink like a fish. I eat like shit, and I mean, sure, I might hop on the treadmill occasionally and, lift up a dumbbell or two, but fuck. And whatever, like really cholesterol and all that, and just everything, kidneys, you sure? Kidneys, liver, what the fuck you talking about? You know, and then like I said, the testosterone. But anyway, um, but yeah, but yeah, that's. I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but it's like boom, perfect, boom, this, that, and the other, sure. You did all this in 5 weeks, Are you laughing at me? Yeah, because I'm like, so this is what I got to do. All right, so it sounds like this is what's going to show up. Yeah, bam. Who wants to suck my dick now? So, and I remember she said something like, try and be good today or something like that. It's like, yeah, flirt with me, you dumbass. You know who you fucking talking to, doctor? What the fuck do you know about anything? I will ask you the questions, you tell me. I will use your expertise to inform myself, you dumbass. I will tell you how this works. I will use your IQ and your schooling. You shut the fuck up. You talk when I ask you questions. Go ahead and tell me your stupid shit. I might do and implement some of it. No, fuck that. Fuck that. I ain't doing none of that shit. You're stupid. I'm going to do things my way. Anyway, like I said, oh, it's every man's full-time, part-time job to work out 45 minutes a day, 3 days a week. Fuck that shit. Ain't nobody got time for that. You want to know how to get in a 45 workout in 20 a day? Oh, anyway. I'll be dead in 5 to 10 years from cancer, so, you know, just whatever. Oh, but get a boo, get a bug, get a bug, bee, get a boo, get a bug, get a bug, bee. How you doing? How you doing, pretty thing? But I save a lot of your, like I saved the one. It was an old one where it's like it's with Fatty McPatty, and the one with the dog, you know. You kind of look. I paused that because I'm that pathetic, you know. And I kind of really like the one that's the short where you're in like the brown polyester pants or some shit, you know, and you got like the little sweater on. You know, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? So don't tell anybody. But your dog is kind of cute, I guess. What made you decide to get that? I almost said brand of dog, that breed. Did you purposely, you know, set out to do that? Were you walking past a pet store and you saw it all bouncing off the window and had to buy it and, you know, whatever? Or her. So, anyway. Oh, shit. We'll hook her up with a little dog door. Although, like I said, she's a small enough dog. There's actually hawks and stuff out here. She's a small enough dog. Oh, and an owl occasionally I'll hear. She's a small enough dog where day or night, if she's out taking a potty break or whatever after dark or during the day, a bird of prey could fly off with her. I've seen them do it. No, I mean like on I've nature shows, YouTube videos, whatever. You can probably find it. You know, in fact, I'll look it up too. You know, hawk flies off with dog or something. There's probably one out there, and obviously that would be horrible. And if it didn't, you know, couldn't grip it, well, now it's probably going to fly off and get high up in the air before it realizes maybe it isn't worth, you know, it's too much work, and it'll just drop the damn thing. So, either way, it's a bad day for the dog. And coyotes, you know, like I said, I've never actually seen a coyote out here. I came home that one time and there was a family of deer, a buck, and a female and a little baba. Got a video of that. I think it's still up. I've heard coyotes only a few times. Like since I've lived out here 3 years, and I've only heard them probably 3 or 4 times, and they're always off in the distance. And it only sounds like, you know, 1 to 3. You know, as we're at my folks' house and my grandma's house. You know, you'd hear like it sounded like a pack of like 10. And I would see them. I would see them occasionally at my grandma's house. I'd hear them a lot. At my mom's house, you would hear them, and you'd hear them like all over the place. Like, okay, they're over there, over that horizon, they're over there, over that hill. and it would sound like they're really close, and you'd see them sometimes. You'd like walking through the yard, you know, and um, I did see one of those. What are they called? Antelope spring bucks or something like that on the way home. So you see those a lot, like in Wyoming and stuff, you know, antelope and spring buck. But I've seen them occasionally out here. The don't really see deer a whole lot, but I did see. Well, in fact, I think the only deer. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. 10 minutes in. So it's Saturday night. I actually ended up not going to the goth club and getting some action. You know, I didn't do anything. I didn't go see a movie by myself and like get me some grub. You know, or you know, yeah. Tonight, I don't know. We'll see how I feel. So, what time is it? I got all my phones. It's almost 8. Man, I mean, it's so late, you know. Well, I don't know. I guess I could, like I said, take a shower and doll myself up, put on some deodorant and some cologne. Ladies, you like the smell of leather? And wood and what else? An ever so slightly scent of sweat, but it's got to be fresh sweat because if it's old, it's starting to like mold, and then it's like oh. But if it's fresh, you know, so maybe I'll do a couple jumping jacks or 100 push-ups or so, just a little bit. And then what else, ladies? A little bit of spearmint, perhaps. Just a little bit something sharp, so it's not just pure musk, and all that. Like I said, leather, wood, fresh sweat, a hint of mint, and what else? What should we add to the mix? I guess that's it. Oh, shit. Guess that's all I gotta say, baby. Good night, Katie Boo. If we were together right now, we'd have to do something. This time next year. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, yeah, blah, blah. You tired? Mm-hmm.